Good evening. We're about to start this meeting for the Sumner County Board of Education for August 17th. Before we do, I'm going to stand and for a moment of silence. And tonight we want to remember our board members that's not here with us. Mr. Duncan's recovering from some surgery, and Mr. Wise is still not feeling well, and Miss Brown, I think, is in Florida. She could have took us with us, but we'll remember her as well. And then we'll follow it by the Pledge of Allegiance to our country's flag. Anyone who would like to join me, please feel free to do so. Please join me in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First item on the agenda is roll call. Mr. Johnson, you got the roll?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next item on the agenda is adoption of regular agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Mr. Daniels.
Second.
Second by Ms. Hayes. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is adoption of the consent agenda. Is there a motion? So moved by Ms. Hayes, second by
Second.
Mr. Wilkerson. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is consideration of minutes, discussion and interaction regarding the minutes of the July 20th, 2021 regular meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Mr. Gregory, second by Ms. Bachman. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item is recognition and of hearing delegations. We have none. Next item will be matters involving council. We have none of that. Next item is reports from the director, Dr. Phillips.
Good to see everybody. Saw some of you that could join us today for the Liberty Creek groundbreaking ceremony. It was good to see, and you guys got to see firsthand the progress of the new school and new school campus, at least the part you could see from the front of the high school view. So we're excited about that. The project's moving along, and I think we're all excited and looking forward to the day that we can cut the ribbon and tour inside and see it finished. A couple other items really quickly. Academic scores. Some of you may know that the scores have been released from the state, and then we have obviously had scores here at the district level that we've been going through, Mr. Langford and his team, with principals and of course teachers as we've got the year started. And we will go through those probably, Scott, at the study session in September, if that's okay with you, and we'll give you all kind of a breakdown of everything. Obviously, really, really high level. We did well this year in relation to our peer group, certainly making some strides across the board. Had a phenomenal year in AP, and Scott will talk about that at that time too. But we're doing a lot of celebrating around our students that were in AP last year and the success that they had and their teachers across the county. And I think you'll be very, very pleased. And I think it will show too that schools and school districts that were able to have more in-person learning last year did better than some of the losses that we saw across the state as a whole. So looking forward to sharing that information with you. Obviously, some of you probably have been to middle school and high school events already, athletics and other things. And so I think we have our second middle school football tonight and first football Friday night for high school. So you guys know it would probably be one of the hottest weekends of the year when we start football. But Mike's done a good job of work with athletic trainers and remind them about our heat policy and weather policy and all those things that happen every year as we ramp up for athletics to get in full steam. We also had parents on campuses this week at a majority of our schools for parent nights, and so I think that's gone well across the county. So glad to report on all of that.
All right, thanks, Dr. Phillips. Next item on the agenda is new business, discussion and interaction regarding extension of lease agreement with the Sumner County Highway Department for property located at Portland East. Is there a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Mr. Gregory,
Second.
second by Mr. Wilkerson. Any discussion? Dr. Wilkerson?
Explain what that is, Dr.
Well, it's, Mr. Gregory, you could explain it. You've probably seen it way many more times than I have, but we have a facility, at the back, kind of behind the school, that, is where, the highway department has used it for a long time. Is that right, Mr. Gregory? It's actually at Wiseman, behind Wiseman.
Was it behind White?
I think so, isn't that the one? I think it might have been on here incorrectly. Portland
It's
East.
here on Portland East.
Yeah, I think,
Oh, yeah, I know where you're talking about.
yeah, I think we actually have this on here incorrectly. It should say Wiseman, I'm pretty sure. I think.
That's where we got that playground built.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, it's been there for a long, long time. They've used it, and we just kind of, they were reviewing things at the county and realized that it had, the last one that was done had lapsed. And so, obviously, they've continued to use it. It's a good partnership and something that we want to continue. It's good for the highway department, and it's good for us too. So, just ask that you continue it. We'll make that change, Mr. Gregory.
All right, any further discussion? Ms. Andrews?
Just want to also note that, not only on the agenda for that to be updated, but it's also within the lease agreement, that it also states Portland Middle School.
Yeah, I think, I'll talk to Ben about that and make sure it gets corrected. Yeah, but it's one thing, we all know where it's at. We can drive you right to it. It's been there for a long time, so we'll make sure it gets on there correctly. On the lease, thank you.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is discussion and or action regarding the amendments to the general purpose budget. Is there a motion for that?
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Ms. Bachman, second by Mr. Gregory. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item, discussion and interaction regarding amendments to the federal budget. Is there a motion? Motion by Ms. Hayes, second by Ms. Bachman. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is discussion of study session items. Mr. Johnson.
As Dr. Phillips said before, we'll have a in-depth discussion from Mr. Langford about our test scores, and hopefully we will end our continuing journey with the policy manual soon. So,
All right. Next item on the agenda is communication from board members. Ms. Hayes, would you like to start us off?
Well, I will. I know everybody who was out at the, so we were getting ready to get at the groundbreaking today, and all these beautiful shovels were lined up. How many were there? 12, 15. And the base of the shovel was gold. And I looked over at Dr. Phillips, I said, I want one of those. Can we get one of those take home? Dr. Phillips says, we got you a shovel. This is our commemorative shovel
Has a name
for the
on the
Liberty.
handle.
It's awesome. So this is just really great. It was a big day. That is I can't wait till it's open, but yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. Ms. Bachman?
Yes, it was an awesome day to be out there and see the building as it stands right now, and it's gonna be done in September, or in August, I think, ready for the school to open. So it's gonna be an amazing campus, and we all can't wait for it. So thanks for Dr. Phillips and all the ones that have had a play in the construction of all and everything, so thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bachman. Ms. Andrews?
Yes, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to Mr. Langford for coming and visiting Beach High School today and to honoring our AP scholars there. That was a big deal. I think there was 38. 38 that took the AP test that made a 3 or above. I'm not sure. Is that correct?
116 that scored a 3 or more.
Okay.
28 scholars, and then 5 scholars with distinction.
Awesome. As far as I know, I think that's the first time that has been recognized, or at least it has in some years, and so that was a big day. I also want to give a shout out. As y'all know, I've spoken on Hadley Brown several times, a Beach High School student. She's a Beach High School junior. She is currently serving as 4-H governor for the state of Tennessee, and they had a Tennessee history competition, and today she placed first for 10th grade. So once again, shout out to Hadley, and just proud of her and just how well she represents not just Beach High School, but Sumner County.
Thank you, Ms. Andrews. Ms. Hawkins?
Yes, thank you. I wanted to also say that the visit to Liberty Creek, groundbreaking, was just a wonderful experience. I got to drive around as far as the road would let me to see all the athletic fields and the buildings under construction. It's going to be awesome. Oh my goodness, it's huge, and I think our students are really going to benefit from that. I also wanted to lift prayers for Mr. Duncan and Mr. Wise for their recovery and return, and safe travels for Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Ms. Hawkins. Mr. Daniels?
Yeah, I think we all look forward to being able to see the students at Liberty Creek. You know, we've got a lot going on. School year started. We've got, as you said, sports. I know it's been hot. I know TSSAA has already canceled some practices, so I know they're looking at things like that, and I appreciate having staff that's aware of that and trying their best to look after our students. You know, and I continue to pray for our students and our staff and our kids with everything going on with COVID and all the other stuff, that everyone is able to stay safe.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Mr. Gregory? No comment? Wow. Okay, well, thank you. Mr. Wilkerson?
Just want to say prayers for Tim and for Jeff, and it's football time.
I'm gonna take a little bit of Mr. Gregory's time. When I was mentioning Liberty Creek, there was a big turnout that came out today, and I am just grateful for the work of the county commission, our state legislators that have supported us. William Lambert was there with children in our public schools here. It was just a picture of how team works when we're working together toward a common goal, and cast the vision. This is what we're working toward, and we're getting a new campus. So I just appreciate our county commissioners, our state representatives in this school board. Dr. Phillips, appreciate you.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. I'm kind of like Mr. Gregory. I don't have any comment tonight. That's unusual for me and him both, so. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the week, and so we are adjourned.